Okay, the next thing that we want to do is we want to get some experience using the not operator. And in a previous task, you looked at some simple Boolean functions, including and, or, and not. And so we're going to look at how we can actually apply some of those functions to the LabView program, to the programs that we write in LabView, and we're going to start by looking at the not function. And so I've gone ahead and opened up the Lego Engineer program. I'm not writing a program that needs a start and a stop, so I'm going to go ahead and delete my start and my stop functions. And then I'm going to go up, much like we did in the very first program that we wrote on LabView. I'm going to go up here into my panel, and I'm going to select from my Boolean menu, I'm going to select a toggle switch. And then down here, that gave me a true-false control box. I'm going to right-click on that control box and create an indicator. And that gives me an indicator of whether or not that switch is switched. And the way that works is if I run continuously, you'll see that if I switch one switch, the other one switches automatically. I don't like to have two switches, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it. And just like we did again in the very first activity that we did, I'm going to right-click on my bottom toggle switch, on my indicator toggle switch, and I'm going to replace it from my Boolean menu with an LED light. I can move that down a little bit. I can actually, if I want, I can make that light as big or as small as I want. And now when I run it, my switch actually turns my light on and off. Now, from our diagram window here, if we go over, you'll see you've got a palette set called Boolean, and it's this little true-false green box right here about halfway down on the right-hand side. If I click on that, I've got a variety of functions, the and, the or, the exclusive or, and then the not function. And the not function is what we're interested in, so what I'm going to do is take that not function, stick it on my diagram, and I want to wire it between my between my control and my indicator. So I'm going to delete the wire that's there, and I'm going to put in a new wire. This will make more sense if I put them in a straight line. So I've got the same thing I previously had, my control wired to my indicator, which is the same as saying my toggle switch is wired to my light. The only difference is I now have a not operator in the middle. So if I go up here now and run continuously, you'll see the same thing happens. The switch turns the light off and on. The only difference is now when the switch is up, the light's off, and when the switch is down, the light's on. And this is different. This is opposite of what it was previously, and it's opposite because I now have a not function in. So down is on, up is off. To illustrate this, let me show you. You don't have to put this in your program, but you're welcome to. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Oops. Stop my program. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Put another switch right beside this one. Right click, create an indicator. Pull it out here. Move the indicator over here, change it to an LED. Run my program, and now you can see that they're opposite. You'll see the effect that that not operator has. When they're up, the one without the not operator is on, while the one with the not operator is off. What happens if we put if I delete that, what happens then if I put a second not operator in? If I run my program, two not operators actually makes the program go back to the same value that it was without any not operators. So the conclusion we can draw from this is an even number of not operators is the same as zero not operators, whereas an odd number of not operators would make the program work in the opposite way that it would if there was no not operators. So that's some fun that you can have with not operators. Go ahead and save this program. File, save as. Save it under your drive on the district server, and go ahead and call it notprogram.vi. Save it, and you're done.